Hello, fellow South Africans.
Hi, compatriots.
We just had to change our greetings because I can really tell us our greetings are is
It's boring. Saying hi, guys, is boring. And I'm like, so what are we supposed to say? Like, what can we possibly say?
So we are taking the lead from our president.
Yeah, fellow compatriots, greetings, revolutionary greetings.
Yes, fellow South Africans. Hope that you're doing well.
Yeah, you'll notice that we are speaking a little bit low because Azzy is sleeping, and if I could just give background information, he doesn't sleep long. So as we are speaking, he might wake up. So we're trying to not wake him up.
Yeah.
So you can just increase the volume when you listen to this, please, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding.
Thank you for understanding.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. So your South Africa's Bay is asleep at the moment. So yeah, it's not that we're excluding him. He's just asleep. He needs to sleep.
Yes, he needs sleep. Whoa,
Yeah.
We all do that.
We need
My
sleep.
back hurts and I have so much headache. That's why we didn't post yesterday, because I was out. Like, I was just not good. I couldn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, we soldier on today.
We good.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So today, B asked me to share, and I asked her to share, and then she says, I'm going to share. So I'm just feeling a bit unorganized. And people say, I think in one of our videos, I think it was who's most likely to. Someone said that I'm more likely to be the teacher.
Yeah.
Because I like structure and
Yeah.
organized. So I feel a bit unorganized and.
Well, if it was me, I wouldn't have minded, Yeah.
So yeah, but today we're going to be talking about good versus God, and we're going to be checking from the story, not the story, but the scripture from Deuteronomy 30, verse 19 to verse 20. So it's just 2 verses from Deuteronomy, and I hope that I'm saying it
Did you say?
correctly. Yeah.
I used the Deuteronomy. I don't know. I usually say Deuteronomy. I don't know. I don't know what I say. I think now I'm overthinking it, but I think I just said Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy.
Yes. Verse 19.
30 verse 19.
Please.
You want it in the message?
The message is fantastic.
It says, I call heaven and earth to witness against you today. I place God before you. I place before you life and death, blessing and curse. Choose life so that you and your children will live and love God, your God, listening obediently to Him, firmly embracing Him. Oh, yes, He is life itself, and long life settled on the soil that God, your God, promised to give your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Oh, yes. I like that part. So I've been really thinking about this, and
Are my lips dry?
my lips are dry. Both our lips are dry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about this, and B is the one who just changed my mind, this revolutionary leader. And it got me thinking that not everything that is good is God. God created everything and He made everything good, but not everything that is good is God. And I know this might be so confusing, but I hope to try to break it down a little bit more as we go further on. And I remember there was a time in our backyard. It was myself and my brother. We were the only kids in the house. We were the only kids, my brother and I. And we had a tree. We had a peach tree that my granny planted in the yard. And we protected this tree.
Every black household has a peach tree.
We protected this tree.
Yeah. You guys still have it?
We still do. We still do.
Yeah.
We still do. It was protected by this cement sledge,
I see.
You understand. It's, Africa. So then we I decided that I could climb the tree, and as I climbed the tree, I could see, because the tree was quite big, I could see I could see the whole area, and for me it was quite a beautiful image. And so I wanted my brother to also see this. Yeah. So I went down the tree, and then I asked him to go up the tree. And so as an obedient young man, he listened and he climbed the tree. And but then I felt like, he was not high enough. It was not high enough. I had good intentions. I wanted him to see. And so I said, bro, climb, just climb higher, And it might have sounded very forceful, but I was like, climb higher. We'll be back as he is crying.
Alrighty.
Okay, guys, so we're back, and Azzy was crying, and so Azzy is here, and he wants to be part of this, so he just woke up.
How dare you guys shoot without me?
Sorry, my boy. So, I was still. Hey. Okay, I'm sorry, my boy. Okay, so we're just giving Azzy a moment. Do you want to greet the people? Greet the fellow South Africans.
Hi. You still sad?
Okay, cool. So, boy, I was telling a story of what I did with your uncle. And so this is what happened. Since you were not here, I'll tell the story again. Ne? So we had, in Annandale, we had a yard, and in this yard we had a tree, and we decided to climb this tree. I decided to climb the tree to see the beauty of the neighborhood, Annandale, Papi, the colored community. And so I thought, I need my brother to see this. And my brother was not as tall as me, so he had to climb a bit higher to see the beauty.
How old were you guys?
I think Nganezi was still in primary school. I think he was still in primary school. And I think I was in grade 7 or 8, somewhere there. So then I asked him, please climb the tree, and he climbed the tree, but you could see that he was becoming a bit uncomfortable, and I asked him to just climb a bit higher, and he was very nervous. I was like, bro, just climb higher. And you can see he was taking steps and he was nervous, and I was like, bro, just do it, just climb higher. And you know what? As an obedient brother who was scared of his big brother, he just climbed a bit higher, and unfortunately he slipped, and a huge branch pierced his leg. Whew. And it was painful. You could see in his face, it was like, but then he was trying to be a boy as well. And he just took his leg out of that branch. And he climbed down, and I had to embrace him and say, I'm sorry. And that was painful for me, because that was a breakdown of trust that he had within me, but it was also painful for him. It must have been very, very painful for him, not only physically, but also probably emotionally, and also, with trust as well, psychologically. And I had good intentions, but those good intentions were not really godly. And I think it's the same when it comes to the story of the first people on this earth, that God had good intentions, and God gave them all these good trees, and he planted Adam and Eve. Okay. God planted trees that would give them life, and they had two choices. They had the choice of the knowledge of good and evil, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and also they had the tree of life, and both trees were attractive. But then they chose to go for what was good instead of going for what gives life. And I think that's where we sometimes also as human beings make the mistake, that we tend to go for what is good, forgetting to ask God, what is it that will give me life? We tend to choose, maybe for example, when it comes to dating, maybe after quarantine, you've been isolated for so long, and now you want to start dating, and you see this person and you say, wow, this person is so good, is so beautiful, is so attractive, and you choose what is good. But maybe God has something better for you, and God wants you to choose what will give you life and what will make you come alive. And so that there's a fine, distinct line between what is good and what gives life. And I just want to encourage you that
before you end, sorry, I'm just thinking of, sometimes we also do like community service, or like in my journey, I've learned that because I've done a lot of community service. I've always had a heart for the community, for the poor, and all of that. I don't mean to sound like like a rescuer or whatever, but what I've realized is that as much as that is a good thing, it's not always done in a godly way. It doesn't always have God in it. I don't know how to explain this, but sometimes it has ego, and I think I've done it. There are times where I've given to the community and I have done all these good things for people, but it was mostly to serve my ego than it being a worship to God. So there are things that are good, but they're not godly, and that's also one of them.
Yeah. I mean, the Bible is full of stories of such nature, like the story of the Pharisees who thought that they were doing good by killing Jesus, but then that was not God. It didn't bring life. It did bring life, but then they thought it was good, but then it was not good. The story of Abraham, who they were at this certain place, they were entering into a certain new land, territory, and there was this king. And so in order to protect himself, Abraham says to his wife, listen, if they ask you, who are you, how related, say that you're my sister. And so that's what happened. They asked how they're related. They said, hey, this is my sister. And the king wanted to marry Abraham's wife. And then later on discovered that actually they married. What did that do to Sarah? That caused the breakdown of trust. That showed that, hey, my husband is not willing to back me up and fight for me. He's willing to protect himself at my expense. So it might have been a good idea, but it might have not given life. And so that's what we're just trying to share today, that whatever decision that you make, it's not a matter of am I choosing what is good or what is wrong. It's a matter of choosing what brings you life at the end of the day. So we just want to leave you with that. Choose life, guys. When it comes to dating, when it comes to making that career choice, choose what will give you life, what will make you come alive. Choose life, man. Sometimes the contract or that job might look so good, but at the end of the day, it kills you. Sometimes, sometimes you want to be fake by your boss, and you want to laugh at jokes that are not funny and pretend to be someone that you're not in order to impress the boss. And yes, you impress the boss, but at the end of the day, you're dying. So choose what gives you life.
Yeah, that was good. That was good, babe.
That was nervy.
It's over now. The message is out. Thank you for watching this video. Please share, subscribe, and like, comment, interact with us. Thank you to all the people that have been continually interacting with us. The people that I can think on top of my head is Naletsana, Zandile, Letabo. Who else? I just want to give like everyday people the shout out.
Yeah. Tato also does now,
so
thank you, Tato.
Yeah, who else? Lindelwa, who else? Yeah, if I didn't mention your name, I'm sorry. But you keep interacting with us. We love it. Thank you.
So I think Kanya
much.
As well.
Yeah.
Also, thank you. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. So, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends to tell their friends. And man. We just want to give life to you. So, as a family, you gotta see Azzy, before we say we're out.
We out.
We out.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.